Now I want to introduce you to one of our team members who's a great example of someone who decided to change her future outcome and join our team. She's moving up quickly and she's here to tell you how she's doing it. So please welcome one of our very own Team Genesis leaders, 10K Executive Manager, Tanya Milin. Tanya, I want to thank you for making your very first appearance here with us.
Thank you for having me. It's such a pleasure, Janet. This is super exciting.
Well, why don't you start out by telling us a little bit about yourself, Tanya?
Okay, I live in Boca Raton, Florida with my husband and my 4- and 5-year-old. I'm really into yoga and leading an active lifestyle. I'm also addicted to traveling, and I can't actually live without my CBD right now. So this has come with me this past summer to all over Europe and all over Asia. So if anyone has any questions about traveling and CBD, feel free to hit me up.
Very good. Well, that sounds like you have a very full life going on, Tanya. What did you do before you joined this company?
Well, a long time ago, I studied graphic design and I worked for a few advertising agencies. And then I helped my husband with his foreclosure business during the housing crisis. We had a large staff and huge overhead. But in 2016, the market got better and we had to shut down and lay off all our staff. And that was probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. It was heartbreaking. It was right before the holidays. So I'm pretty sure that, along with bad genetics, is what triggered some of my debilitating autoimmune issues. So for about a year afterwards, I was basically bedridden. I had no energy. I was depressed. I was anxious. I couldn't concentrate. I was just in this major brain fog, major headaches, achy joints. I was just in so much pain. But the worst part was I felt so guilty because I just was not the mom my children deserved. So I ended up going to a few specialists who wouldn't even address my condition. They would only treat my symptoms with pills that either didn't work or caused more harm than good. Mm-hmm. So at that point, I basically just gave up on the medical system and took my health into my own hands and started looking for a natural way to relieve my symptoms.
And then some people stumble on CTFO because they're searching out money-making opportunity. You're kind of in the league of somebody who was looking to transform your own health and look for that turnaround, right?
Yes, exactly.
So how did you stumble on our CBD oil, Tanya?
Well, I did a lot of research online because I was stuck in bed, right? And everything that I read basically just led back to CBD. And I thought, okay, great. You know, at the time in South Florida, where I live, CBD is pretty common. You can see it in vitamin stores, vape stores, really high-end spas. Even doctors are selling it, chiropractors. So I went into a nice store one day and I asked for the best bottle because, you know, I wanted something, you know, good to put into my system. And I got the bottle and it was $210, and then, which is fine. And then I looked at the ingredients and there were about 5 or 6, and glycerin was one of them. And it also said you have to shake before using. And from the research I did prior to that, that just made 0 sense to me. So I put the bottle down and went back to the internet and I did even more research and stumbled upon CTFO. And I just loved the fact that there's so few ingredients, it's so pure. And I love that the third-party lab testing results are so easy to access. They're 4 to 5 pages long, whereas other companies are maybe 1 page if you're lucky. I mean, the transparency with CTFO is just amazing. Mm-hmm. But since I never heard of the company and I never saw it in stores, I was a little nervous to, you know, buy something super expensive. So I ordered the 300 milligram full spectrum. And that really helped with my anxiety and with sleep, but it didn't help with my other symptoms. But since I had the bottle in my hand, like, I knew the company was legit. So I decided to jump all the way up to the patented 10X Pure 1500, mm-hmm. which is exclusive to the company. And that product pretty much relieved all my symptoms instantaneously. And my pain and my inflammation were gone. I was able to think clearly. My headaches were gone. But the best part was my energy was back, and I could be a good mom, and I could be fun, and I could be present with my kids. And that's the most important thing. So it's safe to say that at that point, I was completely sold on CTFO, especially the 10X Pure line.
Right. Boy, your story parallels mine, recovering from a couple motorcycle accidents and just totally losing my quality of life. And in no time, CBD put me back on my feet and gave me a purpose. And, it's that passion that wells up inside of us, Tanya, that drives us to go out and just help people, really. So you're moving up really quickly through the ranks in CTFO, and I want to address that real quickly so that you can tell your teammates what you're doing, because we can learn from you tonight. So how is it that you're moving up so quickly? Tell us some of your secrets.
Well, I mean, the product actually does sell itself, first and foremost. But once I was sold on the product, I did look into the business opportunity side of it. This was the first time I ever even considered getting involved in network marketing. But I just had this gut feeling that CBD was going to be huge within like 3 to 5 years. And I just wanted to be in the CBD space, and I wanted to get there as fast as possible. And I didn't want to deal with the headaches of startup capital or overhead or liability like I did with my previous company. So it seemed like the perfect fit. CTFO was free. I got a free website, which was amazing, free tools, free education and training. There was like no risk. It was an easy decision. I made this, so I went all in. I made it my 3 to 5 year plan, and I'm counting on this for my retirement. I did have some issues that were not in favor when it comes to MLM. Unfortunately, when I was growing up, I was a nomad. My family moved around more times than I can remember. So I never had that warm market that most people have to rely on. And I'm also really shy and painfully introverted. And because of all of that, I decided to just jump straight into the cold market of internet advertising. So Craigslist, solo ads, Facebook, email blasts, you name it, I did it. But I eventually chose Instagram as my main platform and branded myself as CBD Mommy, because I knew at the time, if this was to be my future, which was my goal, I needed to gain credibility and trust, which is so hard to do online. So for about the first, 3-4 months, I was posting over 20 times a day, just trying to create a foundation. I gained a lot of followers, built a lot of momentum. And then I figured out how to do attraction marketing, which is something I love to train my team on because it really, really works. In fact, my best team leaders found me, not the other way around. I hit my ranks super fast. I think I got to 5K within a few months, and I got to 10K executive manager this past December without even picking up the phone.
That's
but then, excuse me?
I said, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But after hitting, 10K, I realized that in order to get to the very top of the company, which is my goal for 2020, I have to get rid of my fear of the phone. Mm-hmm. So in order to push myself out of my comfort zone, I bought 400 leads from the lead source you mentioned, just to, to push myself. And so I started calling them, and to my surprise, it really wasn't that bad. I was able to sign up pretty much everyone I called. And because of that, I am so extremely hopeful for 2020 with this new business strategy, along with my old one. It's a great combination. And I really think we can 10X my results from 2019, because it's really all about consistency.
Yeah, we're so proud of you, Tanya. You just really inspire everybody in our Team Genesis 411 group. You've become quite the little shining star in our little forum there. How has CTFO impacted your life as it moves you closer and closer to your goals?
Well, I mean, the most important thing is that I am a healthy and high-functioning stay-at-home mom. I am back at yoga. I love the residual income. I love the flexibility to focus on other projects like flipping houses. I'm also having so much fun doing this and meeting so many like-minded people from around the world. I love having international teammates, and I just love helping people. I'm just so excited for what the future holds. So I mean, bottom line, guys, if an introvert like me who has no sphere of influence can succeed, really anyone can.
Well, Tanya, you have been such a delight, and I didn't think about this when you and I first talked, but the idea that this culture introduces you to so many people who become your fast friend is probably super valuable to you, isn't it?
It is, and it definitely helps me, go through everything I had to go through. It's amazing.
Well, your story is a complete inspiration. I want to thank you so much for generously sharing your time and your personal story with all of us this evening, Tanya, and your valuable insights and your great tips will undoubtedly help contribute to the success of others here tonight. So I'd say we accomplished what we set out to do.
Yes, thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure.